Welcome to another day of Stitchmas. It's now the 18th day of Advent and it's getting extremely close. Oh, I've just realised today we've got to light the last Advent candle, haven't we? Right, I'll just go and get it and then I'll come back to you. Right, I'm back. Now I'm thinking, is it such a good idea that I've let my hair down if I'm going to be having a naked flame? Maybe I should put it back over my shoulders. I've got my hot water bottle while I'm filming today because I've just been cleaning the bottom of the fridge, so you can imagine it's rather cold. And if you can hear a bit of a fan noise, hang on, let me see if I can turn that fan off. Hang on, bear with me. Sorry about this stop and stuff. Yeah, there's one less fan noise now. Yeah, I've got a pyrolytic oven where you can put it on a setting and it will get that hot, all the dirt turns to dust basically. And that's finished now, but we had the extractor fan on. I've turned that off, but the oven fan is still on, so so sorry if you're getting some noise. And obviously all my family are at home apart from my eldest son. He's at his girlfriend, so I don't know when he's going to land on us. So anyway, we're going to light this Advent candle. Can we remember what the Advent candle means? The fourth one. Hang on, bear with me. Siri, what does the fourth candle of Advent represent?
Here's an answer from crosswalk.com. The fourth candle represents peace and is called the Angel's Candle.
Ah, so peace, the Angel's Candle. Now, if you have a look online, you will get really conflicting things what each Advent candle means. Yeah, that's what I found. I think that's why I get so confused and it never stays in my head. Actually, Teresa, if you're watching, I saw your, all the trouble that you've had with Advent candles. I think this candle might be the way to go, where you just light one on the 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas, because you don't have to worry about it on Sunday and that's it, rather than having ones with these numbers on. I don't do very well with those kind of things. This I find works much better. So anyway, but I have had some disasters trying to light these things. So what I've done is I've took out the tea lights that have burnt out, because I basically leave them to burn all Sunday once I light them. So I've got basically 4 fresh ones here and they're scented. Oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision. They're like Christmas kind of scent. But what I've done is this time, do you know what? I tried to light them in here. Because they're new candles, they weren't lighting very well. So what I'm going to try and do this time is light them and just drop them in. I did go and get this gadget. What I was thinking of doing is lighting them and then using this gadget to drop them in, but it just doesn't go wide enough, unfortunately. So please don't ask me what that is called. It came with these things that you can use on your chickens if they're showing a bit of aggression when you get new hens. Anyway, they came and I didn't like the look of them. I thought there's no way I'm putting that on any of my chickens. But before you know it, they settle down anyway and they're the best of friends. And because Daisy was on her own when we introduced all those hens, because remember we lost Dottie. Betty got took by a fox when we had the fence down, and then Dottie became ill and they took us to the vet and they said to put her to sleep. So we only had Daisy. And so then obviously we had the new hens, didn't we? So anyway, I'm going to light the candle a piece. Now, if I've already said with lighting the candle a piece on this Advent already, I'm really sorry, but this is what Siri has told me, so we're going to trust Siri. Success. I'm going to light the other 3 now. At least this way we've done it with 1 match, haven't had to keep lighting a new one. Oh, it looks so pretty. When I've finished filming, I would do some overhead filming so you can see what this looks like with all 4 lit. But yeah, it looks really exciting now. But yeah, I'll put that in a bit of a video at the end of today's video. So right, shall we open some advent calendars? That would be fun. And I'll show you, well, if you follow me on social media, I will talk about that first actually. If you follow me on social media, you will have seen I've finished another mince pie. Now I did say I'm not going to photograph them as 4 because I didn't think it would look all that good, but actually it didn't look too bad at all. So I'll pop that photograph I posted on social media yesterday evening on the screen for you to see, and I've got them here and they're just so adorable. They're just cuteness overload. What is it when you put a face, a munchkin face on? That's what I think my face looks all scrunched up like a. So when I say munchkin, that's what I mean. Sometimes on photographs, that's how I look. There's so many of them now. I can't actually hold them properly to show you. So yeah, you've seen them on the photograph, haven't you? So as I said in my post, if you've read it, is that the first one I knitted on the flat because that's how the pattern is written. But the other 3 I knitted in the round, and I think they do knit up quicker for me anyway. They knitted up quicker in the round. And then I just had 1 purl row to do knitting in the round. But the star, you do flat knitting. It's quite interesting actually, the star. I really enjoy knitting them. You basically, you cast on 2 stitches and then you just keep working and working, so you're increasing, and when you get to here you cast on another 5 and then knit all the way back, cast on another 5 purl ways and then purl all the way back, and then you do like the odd row where you don't do any decreasing or anything, but then you start decreasing down to here and then you start increasing again, and then you go off on one this way and then off on one this way, and it's just so clever. Really, really clever. Now, I've had a look at my yarn and the beige is looking a bit on the low side now, but I do think I could get another one out of it. I know it's a bit of a push, but I'd have to look at what safety eyes that I've got available. But I am tempted to make another, and remember me saying I'd like to put some eyelashes on one of them, but I wouldn't because they're for my family. Well, Rowan suggested something. She commented on my post on Instagram saying you should definitely make another and put the eyelashes on it. So yeah, I must admit I'm really tempted. Now I was really relieved to get these finished because I didn't want to keep boring you with mince pies. But maybe at some point I might knit another one for myself. But I will tell you, I've started another project. But I don't think it's going to take very long. But I think you're going to love it. But yeah, I'll tell you what it is in a bit. Maybe if I get any footage later on today, you'll get some sneaky peeks of it. But I've made good progress already, and yeah, I cast on last night and I've done a few rows this morning. So anyway, it's a shame that this isn't in view, this advent candle. Yeah, shall we put it on here? I'll check it's not too big for the stairs. Yes, we'll move Stickman because he has fallen on occasion, hasn't he? So yes, it's nice for you to see that. So shall we open the backstitch calendar first? Now, I haven't told you anything about backstitch, and I've got their leaflet here. Now, I made my own advent calendar last year, if you remember, and I actually bought a number of the things from them for my advent calendar, and they haven't bought anything from them this year other than this advent calendar. But yeah, I've bought some beautiful things from them for sewers. Actually, you might see a bit of a change here. That's my Christmas cottage pot, the one I made last year, but this is one I bought from Poppy. Now what I've done is I've put all those advent things I had left over from last year and all the ones from this year, I've been putting them in there. So I thought anything that's sewing themed I've put in here, and this leaflet. Oh, do you want to see did I show you the pot properly? It's got ticking fabric on the outside and it's got a Singer sewing machine. on the outside. Did I say, yeah, ticking on the inside, singer sewing machine on the outside. Sorry, I'm getting myself a bit muddled up. Or did I say the right thing? I don't know. So and here I've put the Christmas theme things, like my patch that I got from Toft. It's so lovely, isn't it? It makes me want to crochet the polar bear and put a little Santa hat on his head. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And I've had 2 lots of bells in these advent calendars, so I've put them in this bag, which was from day 14, and I've put them all together. And I've popped those in there. Now there's some things from last year. Do you remember I had these that I was putting in my calendar? Those are in there. I'll keep those if I ever wanted to recycle them. So, day 18, we'll get there eventually, won't we? As that camera dropped. Was it like that in the first place? Do you notice it drop when you're watching me? Do you see it going? I need to get my husband to look at it. Oh, it's a Trimmets item, and they're very small clear beads. They're lovely, aren't they? Now, I have sewn with these tiny little beads before. I made a really nice garland with felt to look like gingerbread biscuits, different Christmas shapes, and I put white felt on top of them. And then I hand sewed, it was all hand sewn, no machine, and then I hand sewed all these tiny little beads all over the top of it, so they look like sprinkles, and it was a lovely thing to make, and I get it out every year. However, I haven't got the decorations out yet. I've got those things that are shared in the boxes, but yeah, I haven't decorated the tree or anything yet. I'll put those, maybe sewing one. Right, shall we go to the ideas one next? And hopefully I can find it quite quickly. Yes, very easy to find. I drew a present. I'm less happy with that drawing than I have been with... I didn't do many drawings on this, but I was less happy with that one. No way. That's so funny. It says, make a gingerbread house. Now, I mentioned to my son before I started filming this video, I said, do you want to build the gingerbread house? Because I've bought a kit this year from IKEA. We're not baking it ourselves. And he said, I do, but not today. So how funny if then I'd have started it and then it says, make a gingerbread house. Maybe I have to start it and hope people will join in. But it is the World Cup final today, so I am planning on sitting watching that while knitting at the same time. So yeah, maybe today isn't a good day for the gingerbread house, but neither is tomorrow. But I'll tell you all about tomorrow. Oh, I posted a photograph of my what are they called, Christmas crackers, on the Poppy to Fry Embroidery Club group. It's a Facebook group. It's private for, club members, because obviously I've made my embroidered ones, but I posted the picture with all of them on, and I've had some really, really lovely comments. Even though that group is all about the free motion embroidery, people really like my block printed ones, and yeah, I've had some just lovely comments. It's so nice. People are so kind, aren't they? Right, we'll do the Prim advent calendar in a moment, but I'm going to go to Barbie. I must admit, I've been watching a few videos on YouTube, and it's made me itching to dig out, because I've been collecting a few like winter themed Barbie things throughout the year, ready for this time of year, and I just haven't got them out or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna have a dig out. I might not include them in my Stitchmas, because I know that mainly that people are here for the sewing side of things, but there might be a few photographs popping up on my doll Instagram maybe over the next week or so, if I manage to dig them out and do a few photographs, like if they're like winter sports ones and things. So 18, that's remind myself then. You might find it quicker than I do. Ah, it's down here. I always seem to not see them when they're down here. guess what? It's the microphone. Now, this is what I thought I was going to get yesterday. Now, this is what I was saying. I was watching a YouTuber that their YouTube is all about mainly Barbie. He's a chap, and he was saying the reason I got an old advent calendar. This isn't the calendar for 2020. It's an old one. The reason I didn't go for the one this year is because he said it was a Dreamatopia calendar, which is aimed at a younger audience of Barbie lovers, and but then I found out there's another one, a colour reveal this year, but I didn't know because he didn't say anything about it when I watched his video. And Arnie and Carlos, I used to look for them on YouTube before they even had a YouTube channel, and the other channels would post them and they'd be on there in Norwegian, and I'd watch them in Norwegian, not being able to understand it, but I just liked the knitting. I liked seeing them knit their Christmas balls and them giggling away, but I hadn't got a clue what they were saying. There we go. She's got a microphone now. I don't know how close you can get this to her mouth. She's not as articulated as the Barbie made to move dolls. Do you know the doll that's sitting in the back of the red truck, one of my minis? She's on an articulated body, like a yoga body. That's not bad, is it? That's close enough. Oh, she does look the part, doesn't she? In modern day Barbie, that's what she's trying to pursue, is a career as a singer. And actually, there's a really good movie, the most recent Barbie movie is on Netflix, and it's an interactive movie, so you actually choose which way it goes, and yeah, you end up back where you came from and stuff. It's really good. I've never watched an interactive movie before. It's amazing how technology comes on, isn't it? So what do you think we're going to get tomorrow? I've no clue. I can't decide it. I don't think she's getting anything more singer related. What else was there actually? I think it's only the skier left. But how many items does the skier need? Well, we've already got the boots, I think. Maybe she gets clothing. Yeah, she might get clothing. And I don't know what these things are called. I've done skiing, but every time I've been skiing, dry slope skiing, they've never give us those. I've only had the skis. And yeah, it's really... The hardest part I find of skiing is when we've gone, they make us walk up the hill in our skis. You have to walk up sideways like this. And then when you get up there, it's quite steep and you have to kind of step across like this. And then you kind of put your toes together and go like this. And then be ready to go, because you could go before you're ready if you're not careful, and then you wouldn't have got your balance. But yeah, it's quite tricky skiing, but I think it'd be a lot nicer on snow, you know, wearing padded clothing. You know, I've gone just in thin jeans and been on a dry slope, so it's a bit more scary. We have got the snow dome that is within distance. Yeah, but we've only ever done ice skating there, and which is like there's a small ice rink in the middle, and then like a track that you go round quickly with bumps and things in, and we've done what they call tobogganing, where you go on. It's like a little. I thought it was going to be like going down on a sledge and just holding on and going wee, but it really wasn't like that. You have to go around this bend, you've got to steer it, you know, people were getting out of control and losing it. It was a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be. We did that one New Year's Day actually, which was a lovely thing to do. Okay. It looks like seeds, flower seeds. Is this the time of year for planting them, maybe. Well, all the writing in it is foreign. The only thing I can actually read, it looks like Scandinavian writing. The only thing I can read is 30 centimetres. Is there anybody? Actually, I do have Norwegian people. Do you know it tells you the sort of people that watch your channel? You can look at the thing is, who views you. And I have got people in the Netherlands that watch me. So, so maybe you can help. Google Translate. I think what I'm going to do is I won't do it now because I haven't got the iPad to hand and I'm filming on my phone. I will get Google Translate and I'll find, I think they're sunflower seeds. That's what I'm guessing, but I can't read anything. And I don't know what time of year you plant these or anything. But yeah, what do you think? Yeah, so yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, isn't it, to end on, actually? So, yes. Oh, Sharon, we've had some of the crisps out of the box today with our lunch. Cameron hasn't had any, but I've saved some in the bag for him, so he will get some. So, anyway, right, I think that is the last time I'm going to sit behind the camera chatting to you today. So I think, not unless I feel like there's a need to explain something. But yeah, I'm going to go off now, get cleaned up, get settled down in front of the telly, ready for the World Cup final, and do my knitting. Right, do you want to know what it is? It's so exciting. I've started the frog. The little frog. So basically you start on the green. Now it is a bit confusing because it talks about yarn A and yarn B, which you think yarn A is the greeny colour, yarn B is the creamy colour. And then when you go to, it says cast on, it says AB. I'm thinking, well, do I mix the two together? I was really unsure. And then now I'm getting close to now. Basically I've knitted from the base of the frog all the way up. I'm nearly up to the nose now. What you do is then you'll change to the lighter one and then you'll work down that way. So there'll be a joint at the nose and then you have to seam it all together. But you won't, I don't think it's going to take long to do it all. Now, just to let you know, it depends on what your knitting level is. But there's a lot of short rows, so there's a lot of wrap and turns and things, but it's really written out nicely. But if you were ever new to, if you had only ever just done like toys with increase, decrease and things, this is totally different. Maybe like sock knitters that have done like wrap and turns would understand, but I think it, even it does say, she does say if you want something more basic, she recommends some other patterns of hers. She doesn't recommend this one, but I'm finding it okay. But I have done wrap and turn, so, and I've done short rows for socks and things, so maybe that's why I find it okay. But what it is with these stuffed things, I think they're very realistic to their shape. So there's like, the bulbous eyes and things. So basically what I was confused about, when it gets to the bit where it's going to be beige, it says yarn CD, but there's no mention of any yarn C and D at the start of the instructions. So yeah, that confused me a little bit, but I just made a decision. I'm starting on green and it seems to be going okay. So I started on green, and when it says change to CD, I'm going to change to B. But I think it's going to be okay. But yeah, I'm going to just basically work on that. But as I say, I've nearly completed the green bit of body. It hasn't taken long at all. So I'll easily finish probably the body today. And then the legs and arms shouldn't take much. So who knows? Maybe I'll have a little froggy. Well, I won't have the eyes. The eyes aren't coming till Tuesday, apparently. But yeah, it won't be long. I suppose what I could do is knit up the sweater. And then maybe when the eyes come, I'll be all ready to go, because obviously I won't be able to stuff the frog until I've put the eyes in, will I? I'll have to do those first. So anyway, thank you so much for watching so far, and hopefully I can leave you with a little video with music at the end of something of interest. So I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. I'm like, having a kind of chilled out time. I've got a bit more of a busier time tomorrow, so yeah, I'm happy to have a bit of a chill out today. I say a chill out, we've been cleaning and tidying, having lunches. It's not been chilled out, but I'm having a chilled out afternoon, and I had a bit more of a chill out first thing this morning when I woke up, which was lovely. So thank you so much for joining me so far, and I'll see you in the next bit, and I'll see you for another chat tomorrow. Bye.